Welcome, and in today's video I will be rating all the archery weapons and islands. These are probably the least used weapons in the game due to the fact you have to craft the arrows, which will lead to you using a lot of materials. I will include all the bows in game since there are only 7 in total. The damage stats for each bow depends on the arrows you use, and I will explain that later in the video. The first bow to be looked at is the wooden short bow. The first 5 bows in this video can be crafted on the anvil. The short bow requires 75 oak wood to make. It does 10 draw damage, but that can be increased to 17 when you hold down left click to charge the bow. Here are the arrows you can use for this bow. You can press Z or X to change between them. The damage you deal to mobs depends on the arrow you use, and the best arrow here is the steel short arrow, which does 18 to 24 damage. Remember, these stats will increase with your archery skill level. Here is the name for each tier. I put the wooden short bow in the bad tier since it is the beginner bow. We move on to the iron short bow. Unlocked at level 10, archery can be crafted from 30 maple wood, 30 iron ingots, and 2 ancient slime strings, which you can get from killing slimes. It can do 18 damage, but that increases to 31 when the bow is fully charged. You need arrows for all the bows to work, so like the last bow, the best arrow for the iron short bow is the steel short arrow. If you want to know the most damage each bow can do, here is the best way I can explain it. Add the draw damage of the bow to the damage of the arrow and multiply it by 1.7 when the bow is fully charged. Now to rank the iron short bow, and I put it in the OK tier since its damage is good. The next bow is the ancient longbow. Can be crafted with 100 steel ingots, 100 maple wood, and 4 ancient slime strings. Unlocked at level 25, archery can do 20 draw damage, which increases to 34 when fully charged. Since it is a longbow, it uses long arrows, with the best being the steel long arrow, which can deal 20 to 27 damage. So to calculate the damage for this bow, you add the 20 draw damage and the 27 of the steel arrow, where you get 47, and multiply by 1.7, which gives you a max damage of 80. I won't do the calculation for each bow, just this one to explain. Now the ancient longbow goes in the good tier since it has high damage. The golden short bow, which you can unlock at level 35 archery. It requires 40 gold ingots, 4 rubies, and 2 ancient slime strings. It can do 22 draw damage, and it uses short arrows. When fully charged, can do 37 damage. For me, it goes in the good tier since for all the bows there is not really much between them. Time for the Aerian Longbow. Unlocked at level 40 archery, and the crafting recipe is 2 ruby scorp stingers, 70 steel ingots, 20 ruby scorp scales, and 5 ancient slime strings. It uses long arrows, and its draw damage can be between 26 to 44 damage. It used to be called the vamp bow, and it used to steal health from mobs, but I think that ability is now bugged or removed from the game. Due to issues with the ability, the Aerian Longbow will go in the good tier. The first limited weapon of the video, the Reaper's Crossbow. You can buy these from a shop, or you can get one from a 2022 cauldron which you got from killing zombie Cletus in the 2022 Halloween event. It uses crossbow bolts that cause 25 to 34 damage to enemies, and the draw damage of the crossbow itself is 32 to 48 damage. This could be my favorite archery weapon, since with a good steel farm you can make crossbow bolts very easily. And it has one of the best designs in the game for a weapon. It goes in a very good tier due to its looks and good damage. The final bow we will be looking at is the Nature's Divine Longbow. It was possible to buy this for 550 tickets during the Obby event in August of 2023. You can still buy it now from shops, but since it is a limited, it will be expensive. Along with its introduction came a new arrow called the Poison Long Arrow. This new arrow can be used for all longbows and can do 17 to 23 damage, and the Nature's Divine Longbow has a draw damage of between 26 to 44. I will put it in the very good tier since it has the extra ability taking more health from mobs over time if you use the poison arrows. Time to show you where to make all the arrows. You can see here on the anvil the materials needed to craft each type of arrow. When you click craft, you get at least 2 of the short and long arrows and 4 crossbow bolts. Like the bow, some of the arrows can be unlocked by increasing your archery level. If you have the right farms, it can easy to craft as many arrows as you need, but most people prefer other weapons since they don't need to use materials all the time. If you want to improve your aim, there are targets you can use. You can make the target blocks on a tier 1 bench or higher, and the target stand can be crafted on the furniture workbench. Here is a quick example of how to use the targets. The great thing about this is you don't waste any arrows, so you can practice as much as you want. This also shows an example of the charging bar for the bows. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, consider liking and subscribing for future videos. As always, thank you for watching and have a nice day.